Hi, you guys. I'm not gonna be in here long. I- I'm not. um, come in. You see it and jump in. That's fine. So we're gonna talk about what just happened. I'm not finna post it. I'm not finna be mad. Hey, Tabby. So we're gonna talk about how. Now, listen. I don't argue with other people's kids. I don't argue with mine, and that's not my place. But I see what he was saying. Another thing is, I understand, I get it, and I see where it's going. Now, I ain't gonna lie, she read me a little bit. She did. I can't be mad. I can't be mad. So I said something what I thought was the right information. I put it on my part that it was wrong, and I said okay, and I accepted that. I'm gonna tell you the problem I have when it comes to her, and it's not with her, it's with the adults. So as you guys know, if you're gonna look at my post, I did post a conversation. She said how she felt. Okay, she said what happened to her. Okay, fine. But I have a question. Why do people feel like she said that it was a cousin that was 21 to chaperone, but we all know how that go. It's just me. I have a child. I don't trust other adults, and we don't know the synopsis with my son. He's a teenager. Like if I know you know you and I know you're a good parent, I do. But anybody that is around his age, I know how it is. I've been around that era. We know. Okay. Um, the conversation started because it was said that Terry told the girl to disappear. I don't remember seeing or hearing that in anybody chat. If anybody know, let me know. I don't remember seeing that. I think he posted, "Would you take a belt whooping or would you take a punch? Is punch to the chest worse or belt whooping?" We all had that, the disagreement, right? Here's my thing. I'm gonna be honest. I feel this is how I feel. Sharia told her stuff, and I feel like Brianna supporters are making her trauma a money trap. And I told her that straight up to her today. Her trauma is their money trap, and they're disrespecting how you feel. Because why bring it up again? She even said, I'm gonna tell you what she said. She put a part in, she was like, she don't understand. She said what she said. She basically said she don't understand why, people are saying what they're saying. Exactly what she said. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. If you go read it for words, she did say that, basically. She says she already addressed what happened to her, yet the level of disrespect continued to receive, particularly from older women and men. She says she don't know Terry, and I told her, Terry did not say that about you. And I basically told her they're using your trauma as a money trap. Not this side, that side. It's a money trap. First of all, my thing is this. Why do you, hold on, y'all. So my thing is that's how I see it as. And it's not we care about her. They don't. Hey Brittany, they don't. They don't care. They don't. This is my advice to her. You cannot learn from people who haven't learned from their own. Okay? Your best advice are not going to be from people older than you. Okay? Your best advice are not going to be from people that are older than you. She has to learn. And I understand why he felt how he felt. I do. I get it. I get it. I understand why Sierra felt how she felt. My advice to them, Yes, it's gonna hurt. You gotta let her fall. You have to. Um, it, you don't want them to, but you have to, because here's the thing, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and this is so true. This how I feel. Is no shade to them. It's no shade to her. Somebody is telling her to do it for whatever the reason is. Somebody said, "Hey, girl, if you tell them what happened. You know what I'm saying? It'll go this way or that way." Or you tell them this and that. And I never not nobody with telling their truth. Y'all know me. I'm all for everybody telling their truth. I'm all for everybody speaking their truth. Just like we seen another person from the other side when we watched the videos, she basically put in her trauma. And that's what I'm saying. People are taking this girl trauma and making it their money grab. And it's sick as hell. She don't want to relive that shit every day. She don't. She don't want to relive it every day. So that was how the conversation happened. A lot of people was like, "Well, did you go off?" No, I'm not gonna go off on her. She's a freaking that girl. That girl's the same around the same age as my son. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. I don't have to. I'm not the parent. But I'm gonna say this. I see what the parents and auntie were talking about. That's all I'm gonna say. I see it. Um, hey, you gotta learn. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. Everybody don't have your best interest because they feeding you something. She has to learn that. She's at that age where she's now a teen mom. She's figuring out. She has to learn who she is. She has to understand who she is. And she has to get to the point to know to say, hey, you know what? She got to go through it. I'm not finna spare her from it. I'm not finna do all. No, I'm not finna argue with her. Like I said, she do a good read, honey. All right, kudos to her with the read. But I'm not finna argue about it. I'm not finna do that. That's not my place to have a conversation with her about that. She said, let me tell you something. I feel like once you hit 15 to 18, you have a right to say how you feel in a respectable manner, and I'm not finna hold you to the fire because you have to learn how to be an adult. You have to learn to speak your mind in a respectable way. But for grown women to use this girl, and this is what Kim Sterling did on Facebook, use this girl as a leverage. Nate does it. Brianna, all of them over there do it. Use her as a leverage to get over here to get to people. That lets me know that y'all use y'all children against their fathers. I'm gonna say it again. You're using her. That lets me know what you do to your children, to their father, or to the other parent. That's not healthy. It creates things like this and chaos and judgment. It does. I wish her the best and whatever she does. I wish her to be the best mother, but she has a lot of learning and growing to do. And um also she has to basically um understand dating the right way, and she's learning that. I feel like we gon' like I say, everybody from both sides need to just leave her alone, leave her trauma alone. That is hers. You can talk about other things. That's fine. Leave hers alone and leave her alone. She has a lot of learning to do. This girl is her life has changed. She's learning. Her and her father has made up. Cool. We like that. But the only reason why she came into the conversation was because somebody on Nate's side and Brianna supporters decided to use Terry. They did. And they used the Sharia. They did. They used her to be how can you say it? As bait. Hey Latae. They used her as bait. They did. They used her as bait. We not finna lie. They used her as bait. And I'm still trying to understand, why the fuck would you use a child as bait? Why? I said it before and I say it again. Y'all really ain't winning on nothing. Your girl got a lawsuit. Then you round here. And another thing, let me address that old lady over there. And I'm finna be nice about it. Because she was the old lady she was talking about too. I'm finna be nice about it. Because she my elder. But the next time I'm not gonna be so fucking nice. Okay? To the old African uncle, daddy, whatever recorder, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You didn't decide to call people big backs over here until somebody told you what I said. And I'm finna keep it real. I said something. It got back to her. We act like it was because the bitch can't say my name. And it's no shade. Excuse my French. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. This is why I didn't get mad at that girl because I know me and we wanted the same. With the disrespect, where we can go there. You sat here and called everybody on here big backs because they don't agree and you feel like you small. Here's my diagnose for you, lady. Um, Nate, you just told the world you got issues with your ankle swelling up. Why the fuck would you want to call somebody unhealthy? And people probably cannot run your ass at this point. Huh? I ain't understanding. You got on the verge of high blood pressure and fluid around your heart. We're gonna keep it real. You have to take water pills. And another thing, your kidneys are bad. And it's not false because I know the symptoms. You probably have diabetes, high blood pressure, and kidney failure. Why do you feel like calling somebody unhealthy? Over weight that they can lose. When you have to figure out why you're not peeing how you're supposed to. Okay. This shit is just crazy around here. I guess everybody want to be on the shade room. It ain't gonna happen, Captain. Listen, it's not gonna happen. And I said what I said. And it don't matter. It's okay. I'll be in Houston in 24 hours. You felt like you have Froggy and Jump. I will be at NRG Studios, not studios, stadium, between 7 to 12. If you feel like you want to get your issue off, you feel like you want to get your belt and whoop my ass because you feel like people are younger than you. You don't say, yeah, I'm gonna be there. You feel like you want to take your belt off. You feel like you can whoop my ass if that's what you feel like you can do. I will be at NRG stadiums in the next 48 hours. Okay? It's no shade, no problem. I don't have a problem with that. I'm telling you where I'll be. I have no issue, okay? And I'm not, and don't be scared. I'm not coming to do anything to you. I'm coming to see the queen. I don't give a damn about you. Okay? I paid my money on my outfit. And I'm sitting here minding my business, figuring out. I'm excited. I'm stressing out. And this hoe wanna go, oh, cause a part of my costume ain't come. And she wanna call people big bags. People are sitting here trying to figure out what we're going to do and eat for the next 6 months. Are we going to go to war or not? And you worrying about people getting sued in big bags. I don't, and you might have to get your ass back drafted. Okay. Your son might have to go to training soon. Oh, okay. Because they just fed everyone in the service steak and lobster. Oh, okay, you know what that means. All right, so I don't understand why you still on the internet and why you not sitting here trying to figure out how your plans and your plans and things are going to be leaded up for when your ass gone for 2 to 3 years, babe. Because you were in the service. Are you still in the service? If you still in the service, get ready to lace your boots, baby. And you're not a general. You're not a sergeant. So why are we still sitting? Why are you still sitting on him 4, 5, 6, 8 hours? See, I think that she do that, y'all, because she don't want to have to go to war. It's okay. I understand. I wouldn't either. I would not either. I get it. I get it. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. But that's what you signed up for. So don't mess up your health now because you don't want to go. Lace your boots up. Get all that aggression out. Or you don't want to go because you don't know if your husband gonna be faithful. That's what I got to say. But yeah, that's what this situation had happened with the Sharia. Listen, y'all, on both sides. And I'm not being nasty to nobody. Y'all about to make your money how y'all make it cool. But let's leave her to where she is. You know, she has a lot. I'm not gonna say she got a lot going on. The girl is a teenager. She's enjoying being a teen. Plus, she's a mom. She a mom, but she's still enjoying her life. She's enjoying her life. You gotta let her enjoy her life. That's what she's supposed to do. So now I wasn't finna argue with her because I ain't finna lie to you. I just sit here and call somebody older than me a bitch. I can't get mad at her. For what? That's just simple as it go. Why would I? I know what I do. Hey, she say she like I asked her to be honest. She gave me her honest opinion. No, I'm not mad at what she said. That's how she felt. That's how she feels. Those are her feelings. See, unlike y'all over there, I don't project feelings and tell people how they should or shouldn't feel. When a person feels something, those are their feelings. You have to let them feel that. Now, granted, everything isn't fact, everything isn't true, but that's how she feels. Cool. I asked her that. She gave me her answer. I wasn't finna argue with her. I'm not fin to argue with her. Those are her feelings. I respect people's feelings because you want to know why? I've learned the boundaries. I know what it's like to be her age, and people tell you what you're feeling. Oh, you don't feel that way. Oh, well, that's not. I know that's how it. Ain't finna argue with you, baby. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. But I'm gonna tell you, don't let nobody trick on your pain. You're a woman. You're about to be a woman, man. Let me tell you something. As a black, I want her to understand this. I hope you send it to her. I don't care. Sharia, you're a black woman. You're a black mother, right? We're in a time where black women feelings and black men are being projected to where that's not how you feel. They don't care. Sharia, don't walk out here and let nobody play on your trauma because our trauma has been used so much in movies and all of this stuff. I need you, baby, to take this as I can't let nobody play on what's my trauma and my feelings. You cannot. Because if I get mad at her, that go against everything I've been telling people about their projection on black women and men on feelings and how we're being mistreated. Because every time we turn on the show, it's black women struggling or black women this and that. And now it's to the point that black women and black men can't even hit a tax bracket because we're so used to seeing the struggle. Do not be a person to let somebody play on your trauma and you have to say you have to struggle. You do not. Don't let nobody tell you you're smaller than what you are, baby, because you are a mother at 16. You are not. You can be anything you want to be. You don't have to get on here telling all of that. Let me tell you something. Heal from it, move on, and then you tell your story. Right now ain't the best time. You put your chest out, you stick your head up, and you go out there and be everything you want to be. Your baby does not stop you from your success and who you are called to be. Just make you better so she can see how you did it and she can do it too. You are a generational curse breaker. Don't let nobody tell you different. You are. Because you have things that you're going to do different than your mother. You got things you're going to do different than your father. But don't let nobody tell you and play on your trauma because they got trauma and they don't want to go sit they grown ass at the doctor and heal from it. Okay? You do that and move on. Just because you're a mom don't mean shit. Hell, look at all these people that's mamas and working with businesses. It's a girl right now, a teen mom, graduated, went to college, and getting ready to own a business with a child. Don't nobody tell you who you can be. And don't be under nobody that don't want you to be bigger than what you is either. No, you that. So now I ain't mad at her. But I want her to do that to everybody else too. So don't feel like you're doing it to somebody else because you feel like somebody coming at you. Nah, you do that to them too. You let them know what it is and what it's not. She did right. I'm not mad at her, but I see what they're saying. But what people got to understand also, she's very headstrong. And there's nothing wrong with that. She's not like her mama. At first, I was like, okay, well, maybe she making a play. But then when I sat here and thought about it, I was like, she only doing what she saw her mama do. But then when you think about it, I can't get mad at her at all. But I like how she pulled up and was like, nah, that ain't what it is. She said what she said. I can't get mad at that. I like that. But make sure you have that fire in your belly for everybody else. Don't pick no sides. You keep it real. You don't no, you stand on that. Cause it's a lot of them playing on your trauma. It's a lot of them. And that is what it is. So that's all they got to be. You know, I want her to be vocal. I want any person that's about to be 18 to be vocal. Because by the time you hit 18, you got a choice to make on your own. They have the right to be vocal, but be respectable about it. That's it. Be respectable about it. And and to y'all over there, stop playing on a child. That's so sick. That's so sick. You're playing on trauma. Oh, well, that happened to me too. The fuck? Okay. Why you telling us? And then you keep telling us. We're not psychiatrists. Go lay on that lady couch. Okay. You carried it that long. Okay. So what does that make you? Okay. And then another thing I heard, um, that people are paying tarot readers to talk about Brie. Let me tell you something. I'm finna say this. Neo tarot reader, shout out to her, don't get paid for nothing. She don't just talk about Brianna, honey. She has talked about Michael Jackson, to the Carters, to Diddy, to Kim, everybody. She has even educated and talked about what's going on with the ancestors burning down these Confederate buildings and mansions and things like that that people were using, plantation Barbies were getting married on. She talked about that. The fact that you think somebody paid her is a very wild. You're very carnalized as pick me house nigga. That's what you are. That's all I'm gonna say. You're a house nigga if you think that. Let me tell you something. And I want to speak on Julie, Dr. Jill. I'm gonna tell you something. What I have to be honest with. People, if y'all don't educate yourselves on how the hoodoo and the voodoo plays into religion, you're not going to understand. Like I said on this live before, we are drinking the blood of Jesus. What do you think that is when they say that? We killed a lamb when God, it's in the Bible. You know what? Matter of fact, let me pull it up. I want to give you a little lesson because I said, you know what? That makes sense. So y'all remember, I'm gonna find that verse when God was talking to Moses. You see, the Prince of Egypt is very, very much downgraded for y'all for children, mind people, and he told Moses to get his people from Egypt because they were being enslaved, they were being treated wrongly, and everything like that, right? So y'all people kind of got it mixed up because nobody paid attention. We still in the First Testament, and we haven't went all the way down to the second and moved on to everything. When Moses got the thing to the message from God and said, "Hey, tell my people to sacrifice a lamb and put the blood of the lamb on the door because I'm going to take first sons." I think it was first sons of everybody first son. If you put the blood of the lamb on the door, when my spirit comes to collect, you will not be bothered. I know you listened and paid attention. What happened to the king of Egypt's son? He died. Oh, okay. Okay. Um, you called her a witch doctor. Let me tell you something. And she saying something that I want to agree upon. I ain't gonna play no videos today. Um, she said, remember what our grandmothers taught us, right? Put salt around your doors. Remember that? If you don't want nobody coming to your home, what do? You put salt around your door, right? You put a mark of salt to keep them from coming back. It's a lot of stuff that our grandparents and parents has taught us that is hoodoo. I'm gonna say it again. It's a lot of stuff that they taught us that is that. And the reason why is that because y'all gotta understand a lot of, especially in the South, if you never noticed, the South has so much turmoil, is because of all the endurance that it has held. America especially America does, but especially in the South. Okay, you have the whole South region. You have um lynching, burning of bodies been cut. Do you really think that they are resting without getting spiritual reparations? I want y'all that follow me to go on TikTok and look up spiritual reparations, to where y'all will hear these older white people, right? Even the bushwashers, listen. And I want y'all to go listen to how they are in a nursing home. They've done lynching and killed families. And a young lady just told the story about how it was this girl was 13 and she found out that her grandfather, who started getting dementia after the truth came out because she noticed someone was lurking around her home, that he killed his friend, a white man, because he was helping black people. He hit the man in his head, and it's which he was dead. And then he took the shotgun with the shot pew, and he shot and killed unalive the mother and the children because he was helping black people. There's another story where the black man said that a white man, sorry, said that it was a black man and a boy. He sat there and he sat there, and she said she would go see her patient. She was a nurse at this nursing home at the time, and he would just sit here and say he don't want to die because he unalived the black man and his baby because his friend got a call. I think it was his friend or his brother-in-law got a call that she had a child from a black man. Let me explain something, y'all. Everybody don't just die and go to heaven. I have a video on my TikTok. I'm gonna post it in my story on my post, where I have talked about where I had a dream that I got a message that people think it's just a heaven and hell. And I was told no, it's more than that, it's different dimensions, and it's people still walking. I don't, because I was born with a veil. So my messages are different. So I understand when Dr. Jill say, why do people think that? Well, Dr. Jill, people think that I was born with a veil. People thought that what I was born with is evil. They think that, and it's not. So when I have my dreams and my messages, I know. Here is the thing, and I want my black people to take this. No shade to the white people, duck. We have so many spiritual gifts because of the reparations we supposed to be hold and updo for our ancestors, right? Not the bad ones, the good ones. We have been so colonized with religion. And if you pay attention to the religions, they're all worshiping God. So don't think, oh, they have different. No, pay attention. And I told y'all this, and I'm going to say it again. This administration is playing on your faith and what you believe in. Everything they do is not of Christ-like, and it's not Christianity. Deporting people is not Christianity. Telling people they can leave is not Christianity. Trying to take over another country so you can rebuild it for your resort to have concubines, whores, is not Christianity. And I'm going to do a live later on. If I don't do it today, I'm going to do it tomorrow because it's getting late. On church hurt and why the Black community have a lot to heal upon on things. When it comes to religion, when it comes to a lot of things, we're going to talk about that later on, and why, because and I'm going to show the videos where they say that we want to be suppressed so bad, but they want to be suppressed. We're going to discuss why we have so much trauma and why it's so important to go to therapy and get healing. And then we're going to talk about how we're spiritually inclined. Y'all are so scared because what was taught, but if y'all really knew the darn truth, and I'm going to say this, everybody that put bad on people, trying to do witchcraft bad on people, do get them. They have to pay the piper because you're not supposed to. See, the thing with okay, let me put it this way. What Dr. Jill is doing is protect because nobody bothered her, right? They bothering her. They keep bothering her. She did, like she said, she don't want to. She can, but she's not going to. And there's a reason why she said that. Here is the thing. When I'm going to do a history on why it was used, how it was used. But when you sit here and do it on people because of an opinion, like people that was threatening Amber, you had no right to do that because you don't know what you're doing. You're just doing something to do it. You don't know what you're doing, right? But then I'm gonna explain it tonight. Hoodoo and voodoo came about when our ancestors were suppressed. Meaning, and I said this before, nobody knew if they could be sleeping all night on master plantation if they were gonna wake up the next morning. They really did. Now we sitting here worried about if somebody breaking our house, but nobody knew if they were going to wake up. You know what I'm saying? If they get up in time, if they go out there and get bit by a snake, if they say the wrong thing and have to get lit, nobody knew. They didn't know. They had to be on. Do you know how scary it is to wake up every day and don't know that a person that hates you so bad is gonna do something to you because they got the right to, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing? That's scary. That's scary. You gotta defend yourself, right? That's what they used it for. But majority of the time, they were using it for healing. Remember, back then there wasn't no medications like they got now. There were plants. There was all types of stuff. That's what it was used for, healing. It was to help. It was to help wounds. It was to grow the food you're eating. That's what it was for. Think about it. Nobody had no virus. Nobody was sick like that. Nobody, because why? We were doing things to help us. That's what it is. And yes, they used it on people who was house niggas and racist. They sure did. And I'm not gonna lie to you. They sure did. Just like Haiti won their war, using it against who? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's important to know your lineage, man. It really is. And I want y'all to try to learn where you come from, because I'm not saying it is a God, but let's be honest. Now they're using Bibles to switch up the word of what we don't. How do we know? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta see how America's playing on Christianity right now, playing real hard. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all because we having conversations. You can comment, whatever. I see people I grew up with running to God because this administration is scaring them into running to God. instead of running to God for themselves. I'm gonna say it again. They only did it because of a force. It wasn't, and that is the wrong type of relationship to have with God. It's a force. It's not just, you know what, I need to know him for myself. It's a force. Y'all got to pay attention to that. So a lot of people are going back into the African roots. And like I said before, the Bible originally came from Ethiopia. So how do we know there were slaves for real? Let's be for real. How do we know? Right? How do we know if y'all never spoke these people language? How the hell do you know what God said? And it's no shame. Excuse me, Lord, for saying hell in it. But how do you know? If you don't know for yourself. Um, I'm gonna talk about more of that tonight with the contradiction of the Bible. Contradiction of the Bible. But I had to come in here and say that because let's be honest. Hey, Lexus, for Nate, and this is why I feel with Nate. Nate is just scared that she know she did so much. Let me tell you about her. Let me just say this. She does so much wrong. Don't y'all think I don't want y'all to feel no type of way when she keep talking. Let her keep talking about y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't even gotta respond no more. Let her keep talking about y'all. That lady Karma, before the end of the year, is finna hit her ass so hard. We might not see it. Let her keep talking. Let her keep talking. Dr. Jill, don't do nothing. Let her keep talking. She finna have so much karma debt on her ass. It ain't no difference. She finna have so much karma debt. And I already know she finna talk about me, so I'm beating her to the punch and I don't give a darn. But I'm gonna tell you this over that situation I just posted. I already know it's gonna get back to her. I'm gonna say this. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I'm not. But if I feel like I wanna Libra and start Libering, just know you ain't cooking for your man. I got some hoes that'll take your man. Period. Because he ready to leave your ass anyway. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna do it. But just know when your man start acting funny, you can come out here and blame me. It's fine. I already got on standby. She already waiting. She just waiting for the call. It's okay. She don't mind. But what you gonna be mad about is he gonna want to work and take care of her and not take care of you. That's all I'm gonna say. So we can play them games. I ain't gonna do nothing. But when I feel like I want to say something, I'm gonna say something like I did today. Because the fact of calling people bit back comment, oh, all of them. First of all, she's mad because I stated something that I felt like she did was wrong, and I said what I said. Okay, like I said before, are you gonna whoop me? And that's what Mika said for me to be careful because she likes striking channels. Okay, that's fine, but like, are you whooping me? Like, what are you doing? My mom ain't even here to whoop me. Okay. The only people I fear is God and my parents. My parents ain't here, so like, what are we doing? Are you gonna spank me? Am I getting a whooping? Am I in trouble? Am I on punishment? Are you gonna take my phone? The fuck? So y'all, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna do another vlog. I am exhausted. I've been working 8 hours for the past 5 days. Um oh, before I leave, I'm just putting in here because I ain't gonna talk about it. The Diddy trial has ended. Prosecutors put in their thoughts. That listen, like I told y'all, it was Venus and Serena tennis match. So the fifth team gave their grade and say, hey, Diddy wasn't had no bad rugs. Diddy was always this and that, right? Okay. The defense team came back and said, hey, well, they wanted piss in their mouth. They wanted this. They wanted that. Basically, what they saying is it turned into sex trafficking. Sex trafficking never was when you take a flight, fly your boyfriend or girlfriend out to have fun, right? but it became sex trafficking, or you invite somebody into the bedroom. But what they're saying, what made it sex trafficking and made it a RICO with the company, like a company thing, how it was ran, because of the fact was that Diddy had his we show I showed y'all, I think it's in one of my lives, go watch it. It shows the amount of how much he spent on a hotel that was messed up and everything. Diddy was having his people run after them. He when he started putting his hands on them, it became sex trafficking. Also, and a lot of people like, well, we can't fly out with our men. No, it becomes sex trafficking when you have someone there and they put their hands on you because you say no to sleeping with another party into the bedroom. That's when it became sex trafficking. It showed the RICO and coercion was because of the fact was Diddy didn't need that money with from Cassie parents. He just wanted it for control. This is what the prosecutor said, right? And then they also said, hey, he was giving out, making them do drugs and passing it around. Also, it became this and that, when they said basically saying, "Hey, it really was." When KK, then KK might be going to jail, y'all. KK might be going to jail. She's going to jail. And D Rock then became trying to run after everybody. He was calling people, pleading for help, this and that, paying them off when he knew the feds was going to investigate. That's when it became that. Now there's a new lawsuit. I'm gonna get into it on Saturday, live Saturday. We're gonna read over that lawsuit with his son Justin and him, and we're gonna talk about it because I see some holes in it because I've been following the trial. Now the defense team came back and said Jane Doe wanted it. He was paying her rent. He's still paying her rent and still paying her legal fees. So how was he sex trafficking Jane Doe? Yep. He said Cassie wanted to be peed on. She knew what it was. She accepted the money, but like the prosecutor said, and I agree, Cassie ain't cashed that check yet until afterwards. So it might be a hung jury. It might not be. Now the room, I thought his charges was dropped. They are not dropped. From the attempted arson is now arson. Set is one, and the only two are sex trafficking with prostitution. They're giving him something that will stick because they want him to do some time, and they couldn't prove the other. So I'm just saying, we will know the verdict by Monday, y'all. Listen, y'all just let me know in the comments. Hey Ashley, y'all let me know in the comments if you think that he's gonna get 10 years, but we're gonna get more in depth with his new lawsuit he has and how his son might be in some trouble as well. But I'm gonna say this: whoever trying to sue Diddy now ain't getting no money because his assets are frozen. Yeah. Now, with some things about Diageo, y'all know who Diageo is, who was over Ciroc. People are saying allegedly that Diageo was getting money, giving money to Diddy, and he was getting money. You know what I'm saying? He was making sure he got his money like an extortion. We don't know. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna do more and more and talk about it. Um, yeah, y'all, let's leave the Sharia alone. Nate, move forward. Leadership where it said, please stop talking about people big bats. I need you to go to the doctor, to a diabetic specialist and a high blood pressure specialist. Like, for real. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.